Alright, here we are on this beautiful Saturday, but we got a problem. My wife took old Tombstone here, took it to get dinner last night, and she called me. She said, hey, the truck only goes into reverse, it won't go into drive. I'm like, alright, that's weird. I'm like, well, maybe something happened with the shifter. So I go over there, mess with it. Yeah, sure enough, it won't go in drive. Disconnect the shifter or something, transmission. Well, finally, it goes into drive, but it don't drive. So I go to neutral, it neutrals. Then I went to reverse, and it's still neutral. I was like, okay. So I went back to drive, and guess what? It neutraled. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the pan dropped off this thing, and we're gonna see what happened to Tombstone. This transmission ain't that old. It has like 600 miles on it. Luckily, bought it and it has a warranty. So hopefully we don't have to use that warranty, but if we have to, it is what it is. As y'all know, I drive the crap out of this truck. I drive it all the time. I'm not hard on it by no means, but I drive it a lot. And I haul with it and I do everything because whenever I built the truck, I set out to build a truck that I'm gonna use. And that's what I do. So let's get this pan dropped off this thing and see what we're working with. I got it draining right now. I'm not feeling confident about this. I'm really not. I think it's done. So we'll see. Let's get this pan off. Let's see what we got here. That's not good. That is not good. Take a look at that. Get out here in the light. That is it's bits of metal. Oh. Ooh. We broke a clutch out of something. Dang, it shattered that. Anything else in there? Is that a bearing? It's part of a bearing or something. Well, there's not a whole lot to go over with this other than it's broke. So yeah, I'm a little bummed about that one. Well, alright, I'm gonna put this pan back on it and start pulling this transmission. That's all I can do. Get it out and call them Monday, try to get another one. That sucks. That really sucks. Alright, well, let's start pulling transmission. It is what it is. I guess it's a good thing I did AN lines on a lot of this stuff. Make it easier. Not what I plan on doing on my Saturday, I'll tell you that. Now I need to do a cooler flush and everything else too. Sweet. Pump's working.
There it is. I got it out.
So, transmission's out. Next step is to get it back to the company that built it and get another one. I'm actually talking to them about doing an upgraded planetary and stuff like that in there and just try to eliminate any more issues, because I'm pretty sure those parts that we saw earlier were a piece of the planetary. I could be wrong. Been wrong before. It wouldn't be the first time, but that's what we're gonna do. So, see y'all back on this when I get another transmission for it. Stuff happens. All right, here we are. Finally here. It is time to put the Coyote in the Fairlane for the very last time. So, ain't much to talk about other than I'm excited. Let's get this thing in there. Oh, I painted the manifolds too that I made. See? Show you that real quick. But other than that, it's time to put this engine in, so let's get to it. All right, here we are, we're back again. We got the engine and transmission in the Fairlane for the final time. It is installed, done deal. It's in. I mean, I can't get over how that looks. Look at that. Look at that. So, now the next thing on our list is we're gonna try to figure out the shifter. Because I am retaining the column shift. I already got some stuff cut over here. See, I got this little sleeve right here. They'll have a bushing, flip it over, bushing on this side, and then this obviously spins on that. Then I cut two of these. We'll have one like that and one at a 90, just like that. And that way under the car, when you shift it down, we'll have it where it pivots this way and it pushes just like the old column shift did on the factory one. And I did a couple holes so we can get adjustment, get it just right, a little bit of fine tuning, but it's tight down there. So we gotta make a bracket for that to bolt to, so we can bolt the bushings and it'll hold it tight, and then that can pivot and stuff. I'll show you everything under the car. But that's what we're gonna work on now. All right, so it's the next day. I had to get some parts. It got late last night. It is what it is. So, I do have the bell crank made. It's mounted on there. I had to get some bolts stuff today. And then I had to make this bushing. I hand machined it, as you can see. Oh, almost dropped that. Got a little one on the inside. What it does, it comes onto here. Goes onto the shifter there, that slides on, And then I have this Teflon piece that slides over like that, and then we'll have a cotter pin in the back and shifter connected. So we'll get this on, then go underneath the car, and we'll get that bolted up, everything like it should be, and then we'll cycle it and see if it works. So let's give it a whirl. So like I was saying on it here, here's that belt crank I made, and that's where the column shifter hooks up right there. And then right here, I want to change where this one, I had it on this side. I'm gonna move it to this side, but I need to trim this plate. So I'm gonna mark this off, pull this off, go cut it, put it back on, and repeat the process. All right, we're gonna see how this works out. We got the rod from the shifter, then this is factory, this is factory, and then I added this little heim joint piece right here. That goes to that. We have an adjustment point there, and of course we have 4 adjustment points there, 4 there, then we have 1 up there where that screws in and out, and that should be it. That should be our shifter. So I'm gonna hop in the car and I'm gonna give it a try and see what it does. Guys, how come none of y'all told me that I was doing that backwards this whole damn time? So I had this in first gear, adjusting it and doing all that stuff. So now I got it flipped around. I had to add this bow. Right now it's in drive, so it's pretty close to touching, but see, I can get it to go back to neutral by hand. But yeah, so that's where we're at on that. Nobody felt like they needed to tell me, but we got that fixed. So now we can start putting some wiring in the car. Let's do that. Start putting wiring in it. I'm tired of messing with this shifter. It's done pissed me off. Alright, so we're back next morning. We did get a lot of wiring done yesterday, so that's a big plus. I did run the wiring through the old air condition hole right there. I really don't like that. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come over here. These cars had like fresh air ports. So right here, you can see that hole. I'm gonna take all that wiring, I'm gonna run it through that hole. Because I have a little ring that goes to it, and with that little ring I can do a rubber grommet and everything, and then I can mount the computer, the VVT stuff and everything, and have access to it. So it's a lot of wiring to fit into an old car. I'm just kind of starting to learn that, but we'll get it. So I'm gonna start moving this stuff over, or through the other hole, might I say. All right, let's have a quick little look, see at what we got going on here. So I don't know if you'll be able to see very well, but I got the Terminator computer mounted. I got the VVT or VTT, whatever it is. I got it mounted. I did, like what I was saying earlier, I moved the wiring to come out there. So I'll build a little cover to go over and stuff like that. And then I'll build a cover on the outside to block this hole. So most of the wires ran for the engine itself. I got the wiring right here for the screen. I gotta do that. And then I need to sort through this jumbled up mess going on here. I know I can get rid of these lights and stuff like that, but I need to figure out which one is the bright indicator and the blinkers. Cause I got these actually. See, I got that one for the where it says lights, and then I got the blinker indicator. The blinker indicator is kind of like what I use in Tombstone, basically the same thing. So I need to get that done. That way I can get the gauge cluster installed, get everything done. I need to paint it because I still need to paint all of this. I haven't done it yet. And then once this stuff's in here where it generally needs to be, I can mount the air conditioned box. So that would be a pretty big step. And then I'm about to do the engine harness. Not the engine harness, the transmission harness. I'm gonna show you the engine harness. So I zip tied a couple of the wires back, got everything nice kind of tucked away. Once that cover's on there, it covers a lot of that stuff. The wires go back that way and around. A little bit of a cleaner look, I guess. And then I needed to do the starter relay and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna have to figure out the voltage regulator because I'm gonna have to steal the plug off of that so I can wire in a trigger to it, because apparently it's the single or center plug on these or something like that, and you can still run them. So I'm gonna work on getting the transmission wiring harness in there and clean up a little bit because I've made a heck of a mess, and start mapping some things out, but that's what we're gonna do. All right, so I went ahead and I got the gauge cluster finished up so I can get it painted and get that stuff done. I got my blinker indicators here, my bright indicators here. I'm pretty sure I can program all that stuff into the Holley, but I just wanted a little bit of a old school look, I guess, to go along with it. You can see me and yourself right there, but like I said, blinkers, brights indicator, screen. And then paint this black, this will all be white, and the inside of here will be black. So there we go. That is ready for paint. Perfect. Alright, so we got a lot done this week. Like I said, the engine transmission's in. We got chassis harness wiring laid out. Of course, I need to shorten this power wire and stuff. Trigger wires, headlights, everything. The only bad thing is, I don't know what brand this harness is. That's whoever put in here. It's not labeled. So when it comes to like blinkers, coil wire, all that stuff that used to be there, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Not a big deal, just have to sort through it and stuff. I did get the gauge cluster put in the car. It's not plugged in or nothing, but I wanted to see what it looked like. So, got that in here. I think it looks pretty good. Got the blinker indicators, brights, everything. And then, of course, shifter's working. And that's, I gotta still paint that, like I've talked about. That's just factory Ford Oxford white. That's all it is. So, oh, I gotta squeeze out of this car. So, between this and Tombstone, been keeping me pretty dang busy. I did get the transmission and everything in Tombstone dropped off to the builder, so maybe we'll have that back sometime this week and have that thing back rolling. As for this, I don't know. It might be a week and a half. We might have this thing running. I do got to order some parts. Like I said, I got to order some stuff for the radiator. I'm going to take that oil cooler off the engine. The U-joint to convert the drive shaft should be here tomorrow. We got a lot going on. So, a lot of progress has been made. The Holley system itself is pretty much plugged in, ready to go. I just got to connect the powers and stuff. I don't want to do that just yet. But it was simple. It really was. Then I gotta get the air conditioning in it, get all that mounted, wired up. I mean, like I said, I got tons and tons to do, but chipping away at it. Like I said, maybe a week or two, this thing will be running. Then we're gonna tear into that Model A and get it rocking and rolling. Still waiting on a few parts for that, but they're coming. They are coming. So there you go. Till next time.